Before we get into the topic of agility and flexibility, what I want to highlight is what's more important than engaging in postures to stretch and to become agile is your mindset. Everything begins with what you think about. Everything begins with the attitude, with the beliefs you bring to your practice, in this case, karate. We all have a desire to become more agile, to have more flexible kicks, more range of motion in our hips, so on and so forth. But what determines a lot of about our level of proficiency is how we see ourselves, what we think about, and how we feel. And that's really what I want to begin with to start off. Number one, it's very important that we maintain an attitude, a belief of student learner. We are all learners. Hanshi Cruz used to say a long time ago, and I appreciate this. He said, masters are a dead thing. When you claim to have mastered something, in essence, what you've done is you've stopped learning. When you stop learning, then you're static. We're living in a universe that is constantly expanding. It's constantly reinventing itself in a number of respects. We won't get into that topic, but I want you to have the mindset of learner. Okay? Nobody has all the answers, and we as students of the martial arts need to have an attitude of open-mindedness. Okay? A growth mindset. In that growth mindset, we have to ask ourselves, what is it that I need to do differently in my practice in order to experience my karate, my life, my body in ways that I have only imagined? Okay? So we have to have a growth mindset, we have to be student learners, and we have to think differently from what we've thought up to this point. And here's where I'm going with that. You cannot use the same formula or the same kind of thinking that got to where you are now in order to get to where you want to go. Okay? It's a different mindset. You know the old expression, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the very definition of insanity. The same thing applies to us in our martial arts. If you've been trying to become more flexible and agile, and you're doing the same thing over and over again, and you're not getting a result, well, it really shouldn't be that big of a surprise that you're not getting a result. So, open-mindedness, growth mindset, student learner attitude is what I'd like us to be thinking about. Now, so that's one set of thoughts that I'd like us to keep in mind. The other thing that I'd like us to keep in mind is this. When we talk about stretching and flexibility, what I want you to keep in mind is that you are not stretching muscles. You don't stretch muscles. What we're doing is stretching fascia tissue. Fascia tissue is that elastic material that is interwoven into the fabric of our muscles. Fascia is what causes us or allows us to become agile and flexible. It's the material that stretches and it can expand or contract. And in this series of videos, what I'm going to be sharing with you are postures, are exercises that are going to challenge your fascia tissue to expand. Okay, so that's one thought that I want you to keep in mind. The second thing is, remember the difference between elastication and plastication. When you cause something to be elastic, you temporarily change the shape of the fascia tissue. In this case, the muscle coupled with the fascia tissue. So this may mean that you, through certain stretching exercises, are a bit more flexible. You've just elasticated certain fascia, allowing your muscles to elongate for a short period of time. Plastication, kind of a word I made up, but there's a difference between elasticity and plasticity. In plastication or plasticity, what you've done is you've permanently changed the shape of the, the posture that you're practicing. You've created more range of motion, and it's now a permanent change as a result of habitual practice of a certain exercise. We're going to get into a lot more of that in the videos that I'm going to be sending you. So with all of that said, have fun with this, right? Have fun with this. Don't be so tense. Don't be in such a rush. Okay? Listen very carefully to what your body is telling you. Listen very carefully to what your emotions are telling you. Most important, suspend any stereotypical beliefs that you may have and adopt the mindset of a student learner. Okay? And have fun with this. And if you get stuck, reach out and contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you. It may take a while, but I will get there. So I'm going to start sending you a series of videos. Have fun with this again, and like I said, reach out with any questions.